Namaste, Mani. Welcome to the Aiwa channel, Astro Dabi, Oneness in Astrology and Spirituality. Are you well today? I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm good. Well, okay might just mean okay might just mean okay for you, but okay for me means okay that I'm peaceful. I'm okay. Right, good stuff. Now tell me something. Um, what questions do you have today? So this is for the listeners. This is the Aiwa channel, the Astro Inudabi channel, bringing oneness in astrology and spirituality. I'm an astrologist, numerologist, monologist, tarot, intuitive reader, or intuitive person. We all are intuitive. It just me. We just intuitive based on our vibrations, based on our frequencies. We see based on what we are vibrating on our actual frequency or reverberation. So yeah, money. This what is karmic? Specializing in karma, cause and effect. So when I say I'm a karmic specialist, what it means is that um, I look at your cause, whatever action you take, and I can tell you the consequence of it based on your charts and based on your intuition. So that's why I call it a karmic specialist. I've never heard of such a term before, but I don't know what else to call it. So that uh, you know, people that do approach me, um, you know, academic specialist is a very simple thing to just to just say it, but I do explain it to whoever comes to me, and I give them an overview of what it means. I mean, from the third and fourth dimension, you can see the consequences of every thought, word, and action, isn't it? Okay. So, dear listeners, this is the channel for spreading the light, spreading awareness, insight. It's to answer your questions that you bring on the table from the Ashto In channel. It may have not been any recent question. It could have been a question from one of my lives last year. It could have been last month. It could have been yesterday. But they are your questions. So, Mani, you're free to throw them at me. Just give me one question. On every podcast, we'll just take one question so that I can name that actual podcast based on the question, so that as point of reference, it becomes much more simpler. Mhm. Stimulated. I would never use the word. Yeah, I would never use the word open. Open is a very egoistical word to use. Oh, my third eye is open, and mine is closed, and mine is open. How much open is it? How open is it? How much can you see? Is that the end all and be all? Obviously, if it's open, you can see everything, past, present, future. You can see all the universes all at once. You can see every person's move at once. You can see every animal's move at once. You can hear every word of every being at once. That's a fully open third eye and more. So there is no open third eye, fully open third eye. And based on my awareness, but there is stimulated third eyes based on my awareness. Mm. Okay, let me just do this to make it simple. What is the third eye? What you can do to stimulate it? And what are the things that you are doing to block it from being stimulated? Let's make it easy. All right. So So third eye, what is the third eye? Well, the third eye is the only eye that you actually have. It's the eye of knowing. So whatever it is that you know, not what you believe in, but what you know, is coming from a point of uh, third eye sight, or third eye perception. And the two eyes that you actually think you have, which we call eyes, they are just windows to light. Light passes through the actual, or the two eyes, which we call eyes. Light passes through based on how stimulated our third eye is and our brains, how it's functioning. We are forming images in our head, and this is a material dimension, right? We are forming images in our head, but based on everything about beyond what we can see with the two eyes. Depending on how stimulated the third eye is, or the actual eye, you will see it based on how stimulated your third eye is. So, for example, a person with a very closed off third eye, which have never done much stimulation in his or her past, or in the current state of consciousness, such a person is vibrating very low. Low is more like animalistic tendencies, like meat eating, um, egoistical behaviors, anger, violence, animosity, jealousy, hatred. Such a person's third eye is probably never been stimulated. And as a consequence of this, such a person will live in the lower realms of the plane of frequencies, or the planes of dimensions, or the dimensions of existence, or the dimensions of reality, the very lowest of the low. Like an animal, how an animal lives. We can call this the hellish life. We can call it the lowest dimension, or the low dimension. You can call it the material dimension. You can call it the 3D dimension. Well, there's a lot of humans that are in this dimension. If you observe, if you pay attention to people around you, you'll see there's not much difference from an animal and a human. Take away the law, and you'll see. Take away the laws in that particular state or country, and you'll see a lot of people's vibration, what they're vibrating, and will come out. Now, the actual third eye, the only third eye, is the pineal gland, which produces a fluid once a month, and that fluid, it drops down from the heavens, from spirit, coming down the chimney, or down the spinal column, and our job as life is to raise that back up. Therefore, you see a lot of sadhus, or people that are involved in sadhana. They meditate they look forward to new moon and full moon to raise this back up, to raise this fluid back up. This fluid, let's forget about its name. I'm not going to go too, I want to keep this as comprehensible as possible. Everybody has an eye, a third eye. It's quite funny when people say me, I have a third eye. My guru told me I have a third eye. Everybody has a third eye. Everybody has an eye of knowing. It's the only eye that we actually have. It's an eye of knowing. But the things that we do causes its blockages. Number one, when you drink spirits, alcohol, spirits, this drops your vibration, drops you in spirit. It keeps you suppressed in the spine. It keeps your spirit suppressed down, keeping you down, vibrating very down, very low. So therefore, you'll feel like crap in most cases the next day when you get up. You cannot think beyond your nose. Also, meat eating. The metals in meat keeps you in spirit vibrating very low. Taking any kind of mind-altering substances will make it very difficult for you to rise in spirit. So rising in spirit means the energy needs to rise up the spine and stimulate your third eye. This is how it gets stimulated, like you're going to the gym and you're doing a bicep curl. Over a considerable period of time, this bicep starts to grow and it can handle even more weight. It's the same thing with that eye. It's the pineal gland. It's the eye of knowing. It's the eye of the Ra. The Ra. It's the all-seeing eye. It's the only all-seeing eye. Now, depending on how stimulated it is, you can see based on its stimulation. Like you're going to the gym, you can carry the weight based on how stimulated the muscle is. And in stimulating the muscle comes with a lot of pain in the gym. Likewise, in stimulating the third eye, the only eye, It is a painful process if you are, yes, the awakening or the stimulated third eye, in the process of stimulation or getting it opened, or as it's opening, all the old beliefs and patterns starts to fall away. And this is the painful part, because now you start to see all the things that you have been doing, how you've been doing it incorrectly, how you've been causing your own misery. Then you start to see all the belief systems, all the old thought patterns, and it dents the ego, the false image, the false self. The ego is the blockage of the third eye, the false self. And the awakening of the third eye is the dissolution of the ego. So, in the dissolution of the ego, in the dissolution of the false self, the third eye starts to get stimulated. I hope this makes sense. I can go on and on with this topic, but I think I will leave it right there. Thank you, Mani. Thank you for your time. Jai Sri Ram. God bless you. Bye bye. Bye.